And there's so many points, so many things to talk about. But, so, the first one is to restore our freedom of speech that have been eroded by hate speech laws. That has to be changed. Restoration of our right of self-defense and to bear arms. These are basic rights that all people should have. And we had those rights. We always had them. But they've been eroded and taken away. 3, the restoration of a common law, Magna Carta and the Bill of Rights. These things are the things that protect our fundamental freedoms, and there's a lot to be said about that. And there is a sovereign citizens movement, which is a little bit different from what I'm doing here, but it's included in that. That common law is the base of all law. We need to understand what common law is, so we need to listen to the sovereign citizens practitioners and movement and learn from them. And we need to restore double jeopardy. Double jeopardy, you can't be tried twice for the same crime. Look at the situation of the veterans from Northern Ireland now. How many years later they're still being hounded. Jury trial, we need to restore the right of, you cannot go to prison, you cannot be sent to prison by a judge. You need to have a jury. This is what is in number 3, restoration of Magna Carta. Magna Carta is the foundation of all our law. And that in Magna Carta is very clear, and also in our Bill of Rights, 1688-89, that no one has their liberty taken away without trial by a jury of your peers, not by one man's or woman's decision. Oh, they don't like your haircut, go out the wrong side of bed, you look like a lowlife, so I'm going to put you in prison. Or, as in some cases, being manipulated by politicians because there's someone exercising their free speech that upsets the establishment. And the judicial system can be manipulated and is manipulated by the establishment people. And so this has to change. We have our rights and we will not allow this to continue. And the end of the cultural Marxist agenda, which destroys the family in our schools, in our education system, in our law, and in our public institutions. We have been infiltrated by the postmodernists or the post-Marxists or whatever you want to call them. And really behind this, what is this all about? It's the destruction of our society, and we are weak because our families have been destroyed for whatever reason. And the promotion of homosexuality, the promotion of all this gender nonsense in our schools. Okay, if people want to be homosexual, that's their decision. But we are not going to promote it in our education system. That can't happen. It needs to stop. Because the reality, the harsh reality of life is that the man-woman two-parent family is the foundation of society. And if you destroy that, you will destroy that society, and that society will collapse and will not have power to deal with invasion. And now today, people talk about, we're being attacked by Islam and so on. But we are weak. We're not strong. We have to restore our family foundation, and we have to restore our faith, our religion, our natural religion. For over 1,000 years in this nation is Christianity. It's not perfect, but the institutions are not perfect. There's been abuse, but the principle and the founder was perfect. He was the perfect man. He said, I am in the Father and the Father is in me. You must be perfect as your Father in heaven. This is a foundation upon which we love each other as God loves the other. And then you have a good society. None of us are perfect, but we support each other, and then we have a good society. But we don't have that right now, partially because we have been infiltrated and our family foundation has been destroyed. So that must be changed. Otherwise, we will be destroyed. There is no doubt about that. Of course. And then, number 7, the return of full control of British fishing waters. And it looks like Boris Johnson has got that message and that he is going to insist on that. We are not going to allow the EU to use our fishing waters as a bargaining chip for access to their markets. We are a sovereign nation now, and the international rule is that 200 miles around your coast is your fishing water. If they want to fish in that, well, that may be possible, but on our terms. Veterans will be prioritized for housing when you retire from the military. If you come back, and especially you come back from the field of battle, you may have problems. When I was campaigning for Brexit, we were on the street, we slept on the streets, we were doing the flag providence. You can see the videos. I sat there in my chair all night long. You know how many homeless veterans came and sat with me, sat down, I gave them a chair, chat with me. They were homeless. These are veterans, these are people who put their life on the line for our liberty, for our freedom, and so on. So they deserve care. They deserve to be respected. They deserve a respectful life. You can be very damaged after being in the theatre of war. I saw when the veterans came and did Operation Zulu, and they came to London. It was a fantastic day. You can see the video of the motorbikes on this channel, and it was a wonderful day. And I went to their camp. They were camped near Marble Arch. There was a camp there. But I saw people. I saw, of course, great people and good people. But I saw broken people. I saw people who were suffering. And so our veterans will be cared for, must be cared for, as a nation must have that. And of course, number 9, we don't want your EU flags flown on official buildings. I'm sure that will be the case, and we may change this because we're keeping 10. So, and then the last one, very important, we want full disclosure. We want prosecutions for those involved in crimes and those responsible for cover-up of the grooming gang scandal, that situation. The British people demand full disclosure. The British people demand answers all the way to the top. We know it's been exposed by the whistleblower that Gordon Brown sent out an order to the forces not to protect these young people. Why did he do that? This is not acceptable. We need to know. We don't, and that we have to demand that. So this is the restoration bill, because our nation needs restored. This grooming scandal thing goes to the heart of our nation. It goes to the heart of some of the problems in our nation. This is our swamp, and we must drain this swamp. We, the people, we, the sovereign citizens of the United Kingdom demand redress of our God-given rights to liberty, free speech, assembly, self-defense, self-determination, and Christian faith, all of which have been eroded. These need to be restored. People say, oh, you can't be Christian anymore. Take Christianity out of the public realm. This is what they want. This is what they tried in America. But we have been a Christian nation for over 1,000 years. And I'm going to be talking about Christianity. I'm going to be talking about our faith. There's a lot of things to be answered. A lot of people don't feel comfortable with it anymore. Well, you know, of course, our education system has taught us that there is no God. They've taught us this because they teach evolution, they teach Darwinism. But, you know, this is science. Science is not there to answer questions about whether God exists or not. Science is there to show us how things work. And yes, but it was the Marxists who took Darwin's observations to say, there is no God. It was the communists who wanted to impose atheism, because communism is based on atheism. And so when they saw Darwin, they thought, aha, now we can say there is no God. Well, you know, we don't know exactly how things were created. You know, this is not but is it actually that important? Exactly how it happened? How things, obviously there was an evolution from simple to complex, but they don't know how it happened. The evolutionary theorists don't know how it happened. The dirty secret is that Darwinism doesn't work. The theory doesn't work. It's actually false. Darwin himself said that if certain observations didn't come out in the fossil record, then my theory is wrong. He said it himself. And in fact, that's exactly what happened. The fossil record doesn't match with Darwin's theory. Therefore, Darwinism is not proper science. It's a disproved theory, yet they're still teaching it in schools because the people who run the schools are atheists. They're Marxists or something like that, postmodernists, if you want to call that, post-Marxists. That's who they are. And we cannot have them destroying the most essential thing about our lives is our spiritual selves. We are spiritual beings, and we have to know this. There is a spiritual world, and when you die, you go to the spiritual world. It exists. I know it exists. I can tell you for sure, with 100% confidence, that the spiritual world exists, and that's where you go, where you die. Because there are 3 stages to our life. You're in the womb, that's your world for 9 months. Well, for a baby, they don't know about time, so for them it's forever. And then suddenly they find themselves in a different place. Totally different place. Then what's going on here? Oh my God, it's different here. And then you grow, not just physically, but spiritually. You have a spirit self. Just like in the womb, you grow all the things you need to survive in the physical world. And in the physical world, we're supposed to learn all the things that help us to survive in the spiritual world, in the spiritual realm. This is fact. This is not fiction. Just because you can't see something doesn't mean it's not real. And you will find when you get older, if you are sensitive to these things, if you actually, you know, think about it more deeply, you will become sensitive to this. because you are getting ready, you are preparing, you are closer to the spiritual world, and you can hear it calling, just like a baby. As its organs grow in the womb, it can hear what's going on outside. There's something there, but they don't know what it is. But people, when they get older, as the spiritual world is calling them, you can feel it, you can hear it in a kind of funny way. So if most of the people who are looking at my channel, they're my age. So you know what I'm talking about if you stop and contemplate in your dreams. Your life comes back to you. You see it all. So, that's another topic for a different day. But this is the Restoration Bill, and we're going to take it around the country, and we're going to get many, many more people to sign it. And then eventually, if we get enough people and we get the right people, we can take it to the Prime Minister. I want to take it to 10 Downing Street. So, that is for today. I have a lot more things to say. Now we're not campaigning desperately for Brexit. There's so much to say. And so I will show you some pictures from Brexit Day. And they're beautiful. What a wonderful day it was. And every day from now on is a good day. So thank you very much. If you managed to listen to this whole thing, thank you so much. And this is Brexit Map Man. Over and out.